Well, as they taught me in the Air Force, flexibility is a key to air power. And I've just been informed that the governor is here. So hence, we're going to make some adjustments to the program. I'd like to introduce the governor, and he has spent more than 20 years in the Senate before assuming statewide office, and he's made it a priority to understand the cares and the concerns of Staten Islanders that they live with every day. He has made himself a fixture on Staten Island, and he has visited often, most recently on Christmas, where he served over 300 meals for the needy at Project Hospitality's 27th annual Christmas dinner in the Catholic Youth Organization Center. He's an advocate for all New Yorkers who's not afraid to stand up to special interests, and he's a true friend to all Staten Islanders. I'm honored to share the stage with him, and I'm proud that he is our governor. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me in welcoming the governor of New York, the Honorable David A. Patterson.
Thank you so much. It's great to be back on Staten Island. I love Staten Island. Maybe you don't understand why I love Staten Island. I found a wife on Staten Island. Graduate of the Dreyfus School, intermediate school, 49. And when I was a teenager, I used to come and play basketball here at the Cromwell Center. That's because they wouldn't let me play in Harlem. But they would now. So I would like to say hello to Borough President Molinaro and both of our controllers, our city controller, our new controller, John Liu, and our old controller, Tom DiNapoli. My dear friend from Long Island, I'm just kidding around. And Congressman Mike McMahon. And to all the members of the City Council who are about to work with this great lady of distinction from right here in Staten Island, and to all the members of the Assembly and the two members of the State Senate, Senator Savino and Senator Alonso, who are here today. This is a great day for Staten Island, but this is really a great day for New York City, because Debi Rose is an outstanding woman of extraordinary capability with a rare combination of skills, who is not only going to make the City Council a great place and bring distinction to Staten Island, but is going to be an asset to all of New York City. Now, I travel the whole state, and let me tell you, Staten Island is as ethnically diverse and racially diverse as any other place that we have right here in New York State, with a rich infusion of African Americans and Hispanics and Asians to go along with immigrants coming from Italy and Ireland and Romania and other countries. Staten Island is really a microcosm of New York City. We're Asian, Black, Hispanic, and white. We're upper middle class and some on social service, tenants, landlords, cooperators, and unfortunately, some are homeless. But in spite of the perceived problems that would be inherent in differences when you bring so many people together, Staten Island is teaching the rest of this city who we are, and what we can be. So with this rich tapestry of cultures and languages and traditions, it would only be the next step that Staten Island would add to its gender and orientation diversity by bringing the first African American to elected service in the New York City Council. But we couldn't have made a better choice because this woman stands on her own, regardless of what race or what culture or what ethnicity anyone else comes from. She distinguished herself in service right here on the local school board and in the New York City Board of Education. She's been a leader of the Urban League, the American Cancer Society, and the Staten Island Mental Health Society. Her commitment to youth was evidenced by a new school on the North Shore that had the first handicapped, hearing impaired, and visually disabled evaluation unit. It's good to know, maybe I'll drop by there. And it yielded the graduation of 1,600 students who otherwise might have actually fallen through the cracks. And so, this is a woman who once lost running for city council by 300 votes, came back, lost by 160 votes, and now she has won. And what she's teaching me, and teaching all of us in these very difficult times, that in spite of the odds and in spite of all that goes on around you, you don't give up. If you have a belief, if you have a dream, you don't give up. Just this week, I attended the funeral of Percy Sutton, and there was one little fact. A person who is among those whose shoulders we stand on today. Is one fact that in 4 hours, no one mentioned at the whole funeral. Which is why if I hadn't had to go to the state address, I would have been there to mention it. But the reality is that Percy Sutton lost 11 elections before he was elected to the New York State Assembly. So walking in the shoes of a Percy Sutton, we have the new Councilwoman Debi Rose. So without any further ado, let's bring her and her family up here and swear her in. So the Councilwoman, accompanied by her dad, Sweet Lou, her son, and her honey to be named later. Debbie, if you would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I say your name.
Debi Rose,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and uphold
that I will support and uphold
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the United States of the City of New York.
don't leave out the state,
Okay. I have to do over.
and the Charter of the City of New York,
And the Charter of the City of New York.
and that I will discharge those duties
And that I will discharge those duties
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Councilman.